On my birthday, Ethan quietly left. I smiled and sang with everyone, warmly greeting each person. His friend, Max, was taken aback for a moment, but still explained, "Jess, Mr. Joe has a stomachache. He just went out to buy medicine. I'm letting you know." When he came back, I had already blown out the candles and made a wish. He walked towards me, the joy on his face impossible to hide. He casually asked, "You blew out the candles without me. What wish did you make?" The people around started laughing. Jess and Mr. Joe have been childhood sweethearts. She's liked our Mr. Joe since childhood. What wish did she make? I can guess with my eyes closed. They've been together for 7 years. She definitely wants Mr. Joe to marry her. Ethan heard what they said, gave a light laugh, and sat down next to me. "I'm telling you, I have no plans to get married this year." I raised my glass, smiled at him. Coincidentally, neither do I. Instantly, everyone froze. Their eyes all turned towards me. I looked at Ethan's stiff-faced expression, picked up my glass, smiling brightly. "Ethan, on every birthday from now on, I hope you won't be here just like today." He came to his senses, and his face instantly darkened. His tone was cold. "Jess, with so many friends here, can you not start trouble? I just went out for a bit. Is it necessary for you to be like this?" I nodded seriously. "Yes, it is." The people around didn't dare to breathe loudly, and they all tried to mediate. But after he looked at me coldly for a long time, he instead laughed out of anger. "Fine. I'll tell you right now. We're breaking up. Pick up your bag and get out of the private room I booked." As I left, I heard his friend persuade him. "I feel like Jess is serious this time. Why don't you go and coax her?" He laughed indifferently. "Same old routine. She'll come back to make peace on her own in less than 3 days. If I don't leave her hanging for a few more days this time, my name Ethan is written backwards." He didn't know that this time I left, I had no intention of coming back, and my desire to leave him didn't start today. I've been childhood sweethearts with Ethan for 10 years. We've been playing together since we learned to walk. Our parents are very good friends, since I can remember. I've heard Andy from the Ethan's family say to my mom, "Our boy runs to your place every day. Most likely, he likes your Jingjing." I say, we should arrange a baby betrothal for them. I asked Ethan, "What is a baby betrothal?" He looked into my eyes, his eyes shining brightly. "It means I can come to see you every day, and don't have to go home anymore." "Really? Even if we play until night, we won't be urged to go home?" He nodded. "Yeah, when we grow up, we can be together all the time." That year, I was 7 years old, and Ethan was 10 years old. From that day on, I followed Ethan around. We went to different junior high schools. I finished school first, so I would sit under the tree outside the school waiting for him. 2 hoodlums wearing trendy shoes and tight-fitting pants whistled at me. I turned my head and ignored them, so they threw small stones at me. I was so angry that I grabbed a handful of sand from the ground and threw it back. The hoodlums instantly stopped fooling around. They took out a long stick from their school bags and walked towards me with a gloomy face. I was so scared, but I still stuck out my neck and said to them, "If you dare to bully me, my brother will teach you a lesson when he comes out." They sneered. "All right, before that, I'll make you look good first." They raised the stick and swung it at me. My legs went weak, and I fell to the ground. I closed my eyes and suddenly, a gust of cool wind blew down. Surprisingly, it didn't hurt. "Ouch! Ouch! Ouch! Let go! Let go quickly!" A series of pained voices came. I opened my eyes and saw Ethan grabbing the hoodlum's wrist with his backhand, his eyebrows and eyes as cold as ice. The hoodlum gritted his teeth and ordered the stunned red-haired boy beside him, "You brat, how dare you touch me? Guys, go." Those people instantly surrounded Ethan. Ethan just gave a light laugh, the corner of his mouth rising in a sneer. Who doesn't have followers? As soon as the words fell, the people behind him and he together beat the hoodlums until they were crying loudly. In the end, the hoodlums knelt in front of him and wailed, "Brother. From now on, you're my real brother." He put his arm around me, pointed at me and said to them, "All of you, open your eyes and recognize clearly. This is Jess, my sister. You all better protect her. Do you understand?" He walked with a group of high-spirited teenagers. From a distance, he stood out the most. I thought, my brother Ethan is the best person in the world. Maybe I started liking him from that day on. He often told me, "Study hard to get into a good high school, and then you can go to school with me." So I studied hard, and finally, with the first place result, got into the key high school where he was. I was on the first floor, and he was on the sixth floor. I climbed the stairs over and over again without getting tired to see him. But then he didn't let me go to him anymore. He said he was in his senior year of high school and was very, very busy. On weekends, I picked up my homework, wanting to do it with him. He gave me an annoyed look. "I've said I'm busy. Can't you understand?" So annoying. My tears immediately fell. We had a big fight. He didn't come to coax me. We had a cold war for a few days. I gave in. I thought he had been very good to me all these years. He was suddenly like this. He must be under too much pressure. I should understand him. Instead of losing my temper casually, after returning to school, I waited for him after the evening self-study, wanting to apologize to him. The lights on the first floor had all gone out, and only the last classroom on the sixth floor still had its light on. I tilted my head up, wanting to go up and take a look. Just then, I saw him coming out of the classroom with a very fair-skinned girl. For a moment, my heart skipped a beat. I watched them step by step down the stairs, getting closer and closer to me. I instinctively hid in the stairwell. "You're really amazing," Ethan smiled. "What's amazing?" The girl blushed. "I mean, you're really good at studying. The problems I didn't understand in class, as soon as you explained them, I understood them all." I didn't dare to listen anymore. I just tightly covered my ears. After they walked far away, I dared to come out. It rained heavily that day. The rain poured down. It blurred my eyes, and I couldn't see the road clearly. I stumbled and fell into a puddle. No one helped me up. I looked up and saw not far away. He was carrying her on his back. He held an umbrella. A dull thunderclap sounded. For a moment, I saw her past. That night, I finally understood why he had changed. In the 3 years when Ethan and I weren't together, he didn't wait for me. Instead, he allowed other girls to get closer to him little by little. I didn't look for him for a long time. After his college entrance examination ended, suddenly one day he remembered that he had a sister like me. So at the end of June, on a sunny day, under that old pagoda tree again, stood the boy who hadn't appeared for a long time. I walked past him as if I didn't see him. He called out to me, his voice as gentle as ever. "Jess, didn't you see me? I've been waiting for you." It wasn't that I didn't see him. I just didn't believe that the person he was waiting for was me. I stopped in front of him. "What's the matter?" He took out a thick stack of materials from his bag. "I heard that you have a class division exam this semester. I was too busy before, but I always remembered it. Here. I sorted these out. You take them and memorize them. You'll definitely be able to get into the best class, just like I did back then." I took it and calmly said, "Thank you." He stopped me from leaving, leaned in front of me and looked me up and down. His handsome and clean face suddenly loomed large in front of me. The sudden closeness, the nice smell of laundry detergent on him instantly disrupted my mind. I took a big step back. He gave a helpless laugh. "Not getting angry. We haven't been in touch for too long. We've become unfamiliar. Are you mad at me? You haven't looked for me for a long time. I was too nervous during the college entrance examination period before. I had a bad temper. I'm apologizing to you, okay? I'm sorry, Jess. I made you feel wronged. The string that had been tightly stretched finally snapped at this moment. My untranslatable as it seems to be a wrong character or non-standard expression. Maybe uncontrollable is what's meant here. Eyes turned red. He fumbled to wipe my tears. I sobbed. I didn't want to cry. But I couldn't hold it in. He shouldn't have come to coax me. And even more shouldn't have understood my grievances. Now it's all messed up. I couldn't control my tears at all. It was so embarrassing. But he patiently coaxed me, and also said that I looked good even when I was crying. But I looked best when I was smiling. Then he took me shopping, and bought me gifts. Finally, he managed to cheer me up. When we were parting, he asked me, "Then can I tutor you this week?" I lowered my head, and softly said, "Okay." He gently rubbed my head. "Good girl. Go to bed early." After he left, I met a girl at my doorstep. A very fair-skinned, slim-figured girl. The street lamp stretched her shadow very long. Like the figure I saw a few months ago, she looked at me leisurely. "He didn't walk you home? We live close by. There's no need for him to walk me home." She smiled even more brightly. "Ethan is really strange. He'd rather spend 2 hours walking me, who lives in the suburbs, home, than spend 2 minutes walking you, who lives in the opposite building, home. I don't know you. Please step aside. My name is Serena." She stepped to the side, then turned back and said mockingly to my back, "You two are really such a good brother and good sister." Jess, want to know why your good brother suddenly changed his ways? Sorry, I don't want to know. I walked straight towards the door and entered the elevator without looking back. The moment the elevator door closed, it reflected my red-eyed self. Until the weekend. I got up early. Ethan used to wait downstairs of my house at 9 o'clock. But I checked the surveillance many times, and there was no sign of him. I waited until 12 noon, and he still didn't come. I went to the bathroom and took a shower. The shower had drenched me from head to toe. It was so cold. After coming out, I turned on my tablet and listened to the class carefully and took notes. If he didn't come, I'd study on my own. I was just stupid myself. Why would I be willing to wait for someone? I mocked myself like this. But then the doorbell rang. I was stunned for a moment, threw down my pen and ran to open the door. Standing at the door was actually Serena. She was wearing a white dress, and her long black hair was tied into a high ponytail. She looked clean and youthful, but I hated her. I felt that she was nothing like her appearance. "Sister, your brother went shopping. I came to see you first." I immediately tried to close the door. She propped the door open even faster and raised an eyebrow. "Sister, you still need to learn more about how to treat guests," I said coldly. "Sorry. I don't welcome uninvited guests like you." The elevator floors were rising one by one. When the elevator stopped on my floor, Serena was like crazy, insisting on squeezing into my house. I didn't dare to close the door hard, afraid of crushing her hand and having to pay compensation. So I pushed her out. Just then the elevator door opened. Serena's body fell back heavily. It seemed that she was about to fall to the ground. But someone steadied her. "It's not what you think, Ethan. Don't blame your sister." I was stunned for a moment, slowly raised my head, and met his cold eyes like a cold pool. He was still the same as before, liking to wear a white top, carrying a black bag diagonally across his body. He was cold and clean. He held her tightly in his arms and looked at me coldly. "You went too far." For a moment, I saw that in those years he had also protected me like this. But now he was on the opposite side of me. "Jess, Say sorry to Serena. He had never called me by my full name before. I suddenly felt very wronged. Why should I apologize? She insisted on barging into my house. So I pushed her. So you admit that you pushed her? He didn't listen to my explanation. These words instantly made me lose the energy to explain anymore, as if my strength had been drained away. I stood there, speechless for a moment. The familiar yet strange look in his eyes made my heart ache. I had always thought that no matter what happened, he would be on my side, just like he used to be. But now everything seemed to have changed. I won't apologize, I said firmly, my voice trembling slightly with anger and grievance. She was the one who was being unreasonable. Why should I be the one to back down? Ethan's expression turned even colder. Jess, you're being childish. Can't you just be a bit more understanding? Understanding? In that moment, those words felt like a sharp knife stabbing at my heart. Hadn't I always been understanding? Hadn't I endured his coldness and distance during his busy times? I've been understanding enough, I retorted, tears welling up in my eyes again. You've changed, Ethan. You're not the person I used to know. He let out a sigh, as if he was extremely impatient. Jess, can we not argue about this here? You're making a scene. A scene? I looked around. There was no one else around, just the three of us in this small hallway. But to him, it seemed that my defense was nothing but making a scene. I'm leaving, I said, turning around and heading back into my apartment. I couldn't bear to look at him and that girl any longer. The pain in my heart was overwhelming, and I just wanted to be alone. As I closed the door, I could still hear Serena's soft voice. Don't be mad at her, Ethan. She's just a bit emotional. His gentle reply came through the door. It's okay. Let's go. I leaned against the door, sliding down slowly until I was sitting on the floor. The tears that I had been holding back finally streamed down my face. I had thought that our relationship could withstand anything, but it seemed that it was far more fragile than I had imagined. After that day, I tried my best to avoid Ethan. I didn't answer his calls or reply to his messages. I knew that I needed time and space to heal my broken heart. Days passed, and the pain gradually lessened, but the memories were still deeply engraved in my heart. I focused on my studies, throwing myself into books and assignments, trying to fill the emptiness in my heart with knowledge. One day, as I was walking home from school, I passed by the park where we used to play when we were kids. Memories flooded back, and I couldn't help but stop and look inside. There were children playing, laughing, and running around, just like we used to. Suddenly, I saw a figure that looked very much like Ethan. My heart skipped a beat, and I hesitated for a moment. But then I realized that it was just an illusion. I shook my head, trying to clear my mind, and continued walking. But as I took a few more steps, I heard a familiar voice calling my name, Jess. I turned around slowly, and there he was, standing not far away, looking at me with a complicated expression on his face. I leaned against the door. Song Sherwa leaned on Shin Hongjo. The hand shook his arm slightly. Hongjo, don't blame him for being good. I've been too close to you all this time. He should be a little angry. It's also to blame that I didn't explain it to him. He thought that your brother's favor had been taken away by me. That's what happened to me. The more empathetic he is, the more I seem to be vexatious. Ethan repeated. My sister paused. He said that he and I were never brother and sister. I jerked into his eyes. Ask what it is. He ran away from my gaze. The brows are twisted together. It was my fault that Song Sherwa spoke at the right time. Your relationship for more than 10 years. I've only known someone for a few months. How can it compare to your chat? I'd better avoid it first. Ethan grabbed her hand. Don't leave. Sewol. There was pleading in his eyes. Song Sherwa stopped. When you look back at me again. Ethan's gaze was unfamiliar. I'll say it again. He apologized to Sego. Never. Ethan's face grew ugly. He stepped forward and pulled me. I struggled to break free. You nudged me at the tip of my throat. I fell to the ground. The floor is so cold. It's cold all the way to the bottom of my heart. Ethan froze for a moment. Remember to help me. I stood up on the ground. I don't want you to help me. You go, I will never see you. Ethan was furious too. I didn't want to help you. This push can be regarded as a tooth for a tooth. The two are clear, sure way. Let's go. I finally broke down and cried when I got home. I don't have a backer anymore. Someone who protected me for 10 years. Now he has become someone else's backer. Something suddenly occurred to me. Rush back into the room. Take the gift Ethan has given me over the years. Throw them all into cardboard boxes. Pull open the dresser. My 15th birthday. He gave me a moon necklace. It's also treasured by me in a box. Like most young girls, I read a lot of The First Love. The verse likes that the moon under the sea is the moon in the sky. The person in front of you is the sweetheart. I often waited for him under the old locust tree. Therefore, I also like the willow tops on the moon. People about after dusk. It's just a pity that Ethan doesn't understand what I mean. He didn't read it carefully. The girl's heart behind these verses. He just thought I liked the moon. He gave me a moon necklace. I used to think of it as a treasure. Now he is abandoned. I went downstairs with the cardboard box and threw it away. I met my mom back. She saw the necklace at a glance. Isn't this a boat delivery? Quietly, you quarreled. I hugged my mom and cried for a long time. I'm in the room. I heard my mother calling Aunt Shin outside. Then Ethan knocked on the door with a slap print. What are you doing with what I sent? Since these things were given to me, naturally, I can do whatever I want. He gestured to his face. Said angrily, thanks to you. I rolled up my sleeves unceremoniously. Large bruises are exposed. And thanks to you. He was stunned for a moment before he reacted. Yes, I pushed it. As he spoke, a look of guilt appeared in his eyes. Reach out and touch me. I took a step back. It doesn't hurt, and I don't want you to fake it. His hand hung in the air. There was silence for a long time. I'm a very squeamish person. It's okay to be wrong since childhood. It's okay to be scolded if you fail the exam. Or maybe you accidentally got hurt. I'll always exaggerate and cry to Ethan. Even if I tear the barb off my hand. Ethan will also be patient to coax me. In memory. He has always been a gentle and mature big brother. But I don't know when. He started to get impatient with me. It's not like it used to be for me. I really wanted to leave him this time. But suddenly his eyes turned red. No matter how much I pushed him away. He stubbornly took my hand and went downstairs. He bought medicine. Give me a little bit. I finally didn't resist his touch. But I still didn't talk to him. You were raised by me. I never allow anyone to hurt you. He hung his head. I couldn't make out his expression. But his voice trembled slightly. But now I am the one who hurt you. I pinched the palm of my other hand. Don't let yourself cry. Quietly, I assure you. There is no next time. I will never hurt you for someone else's sake again. That day, we talked a lot. I also opened my heart. He said he still remembers when he was a child. Mom and Dad often make jokes. I immediately thought of the baby pro. Instant blush. He pulled out the moon necklace. Put it back on my neck. Quietly, grown up. I'll be able to deliver on my promise. I'm 18 years old. When will you grow up? The last line of defense in my heart was completely defeated. I finally let down all my guard against him. Same as when I was a kid. Aggrieved, he shouted Brother Xingzhou. He held out his index finger. Gently draped over my lip flap. For a moment, the wind was howling. The trees are also swaying. The breeze carried his voice. Fell into my ears together. He said I said so. You and I have never been brother and sister. I was 18 years old. Was finally admitted to Xingzhou's university. Became his direct student. The first day of school. He took me to show my face at various club meetings. He said the person I had been waiting for 3 years came. Someone punched him. Such a beautiful little sister. You're a blessing. I have to ask Mr. Joe learns. My sister is still in school. He did it early. We can only beat the singles. He looked at me sideways, smiled slightly. Don't talk nonsense. Jing Jing hasn't agreed yet. There was a lot of commotion. I'm a little dizzy. He suddenly clenched my hand. He looked at me tenderly. My girl's mind seems to be here. In a moment, it was finally composed into a song. From that day on, I'm Ethan's girlfriend. It's the person he's always put on the tip of his heart. Tanabata that year. In the middle of summer, under the light of candles. In front of floor-to-ceiling glass windows, the blurry shadows slowly overlapped. Suddenly there was a strong wind outside. There were me and him floating in the petals in the sky. This night the courtyard fell red. He kissed my face. Tell me you'll cherish me. When I graduate, he will marry me. But I'm close to the half semester of graduation. Suddenly, he was a different person. Impatient, perfunctory. If I don't get distracted, I'll quarrel with him at first. But he didn't coax me like he used to. I stayed up all night after insomnia. I still went to find him and got back together. He acted like nothing had happened. And with me as before. Nothing seems to have changed. He was just short for a while. But it seems to have changed. He suddenly learned to smoke, learned to drink. We were busy in different places during the day. Sleep in the same bed at night. On the same pillow. He made me faint and wake up again and again. You can sleep until midnight. I always saw him standing on the balcony, looking in a direction I don't know. The cigarette on the fingertip is clearly extinguished again. Outside the window, Jiangming is unknown. He didn't sleep, and neither did I. He has something on his mind. I have it too, but my heart is on him. What is his heart? February 15th, 2025. I went back to my home with him as usual. But he wasn't. I'm guessing he's going out for drinks again. And they haven't reported it to me. I'm angry and angry. Or prepare a decanting drink for him. Glancing at the time. It's 1:30 in the morning. He always had a big bowl of noodles when he came back. I went to cook noodles for him again. It was 2 o'clock and he still hadn't returned. I made the first call. Unable to connect. I hit the second and third again. Are all unreachable. I went to see TikTok online. The discovery was a day ago. I messaged on all platforms. There was no news. I sat on the couch. Little by little, the heat on the noodles dissipated. When the first light comes on outside the window, my eyes stinged hard. I finally accepted this reality. And so he went. There was not a single word of explanation. For no reason. 7 days in a row. He hasn't been heard from either. I'm revising my thesis while I'm doing it. While contacting Aunt Shinjia. No one knows where he went. It was the day I was ready to move out. He came back suddenly. I dropped my suitcase. Walk up to him. Why did you go? He doesn't speak. It has always been my faith. In an instant, the army collapsed. I couldn't control my emotions anymore. Crying and fussing. Where have you been? Why did you leave without a sound? Do you know how hard I've been these days? No matter how I hit him. He was silent. You speak. Ethan, you speak. I'm sorry. He raised his hand to wipe my tears. I slapped his hand away. An incredible step back. You'll say sorry when you come back. I don't eat well and sleep well these days. Crying at night. Not a word of explanation. Just give me a sorry. He sighed softly. Eyes flicked over me. Look out the window. The loneliness in his eyes. It's like the days and nights of the past. The only difference is, there are struggles this time. I scolded him, carried the suitcase and left. He still hasn't come to me. Cliff-like breakups. It's worse than death. I'm going to know why. I'll go to the door. He saw me. Smiled. I'll cook noodles for you when I come back. The tone is gentle. As before. At the dinner table, we ate our respective noodles. The smoke was so hot that my tears were about to flow out. After eating, he washed the dishes. I continued to revise the thesis. The final draft was sent to the supervisor. Suddenly, he put his arms around me from behind. I miss you. Hot breath sprayed down my neck. My heart trembled. Under? I smiled self-deprecatingly. Quiet, quiet. Still soft-hearted. What the hell is going to be? You can really grow up. What the hell is going to be? You can afford to put it down. His tone was flat. It's like nothing happened. Pick me up. Go to the room. Don't leave when you're back, okay? He went to take a bath. The phone is placed at the head of the bed. Suddenly, there were several vibrations. I'll pick it up and look at it. It was a message sent to him by a girl who remarked the moon. Moon, all these years. He gave me a lot of things related to the moon. I always thought it was when I was a student. My verses about the moon. Isn't it? Click into the chat box. Back then, I promised you not to go abroad. I stayed, but my family was tough. I can't help it. You sent me a message. I didn't receive it. I changed my phone number after I went abroad. I thought you put it down. Then I heard from you. It's you and Jess together. So many years. I didn't bother you either. However, Hangzhou, you have me in your heart. I saw your Weibo account 7 days ago. That's what I knew. So many years. You haven't forgotten me. An image was teleported right after. I'll click on it. It was a man named Funo Mochizuki. The screenshot shows that I did it with him again. I call him Moon. Treat him as you. But I dreamed back in the middle of the night. I looked at his side face, only to understand that he will never be able to replace you. The moon is unique. There is no substitute. The other party sent the last WeChat. Hangzhou. Are you coming to see me tonight? I didn't finish my last time. I want to talk to you face to face. In an instant, I fell into an ice cellar. Ethan glanced at me as he came out. Walk up to me. He raised his hand and touched my forehead. Why is your face so pale? Is it sick? Is there anything wrong with it? I shook my head. He handed me the bath towel. Touched my hand. He was slightly surprised. Hands are so cold. Is it really okay? It's really fine. Okay, then you go wash it. Feel unwell and call me anytime. I said okay and took my phone and went in. The sound of water in the shower rattling. I picked up my phone and searched for the nickname. Fingertips are cold. The date is up to date. It started on the day he finished the college entrance examination. The first one of the updates is that you say you're going abroad. I'm very angry. I made an agreement to go to the same university. I know you don't like to be quiet. So I went to him and reconciled. I also asked him to go to the same university as me. But I regret it again. I found out that I didn't really want to be in a school with him. I just want to see your reaction. See if you'll stay for me. My heart throbbed. It hurts and I can't breathe. I remember that he had just finished the college entrance examination that day. The day you came to send me review materials. I'll just say it. How could he suddenly change sex? It turned out that he was using me to anger Song Sherwei. Weibo over the years. Every word tells about missing Song Sherwei, and I was his surrogate. It turns out that he can't see my girlish thoughts. It's not that I don't understand the verses I gave him. The moon is not me either. It's Serena. I laughed and burst into tears. The date is the day I go to college. Quietly like me. I've always known that. I was with him that day. He was delighted. But I'm not happy. But I still give it to everyone around me. Have introduced him. Because I know. Our mutual friends are too. If he told you the news. Are you still angry with me? I just want to know. Will your emotions still move for me? All these years. I sent you a message. You didn't get a word back. But I still like you. It's the month. What should I do with you? Suddenly, I felt like the world was spinning. Shortness of breath is also rapid. I pulled open the partition door. My foot slipped and I fell. I was holding up the floor. He shouted, Ethan. The door opened quickly. He was holding his phone. His face looked very anxious. Quietly, I was about to tell you. Something is going on in the unit. I have to go out. He turned and walked away. Suddenly reacted. Come and help me up. Our bathroom is a bit slippery. I also fell last time. There is medicine in the cupboard. You wipe it yourself. I'll go first. I said goodbye to him. He didn't hear it. The door slammed to separate him from me. I walked over to the glass window. His car had just come out of the garage. I watched him move away from me a little bit, then say goodbye softly. Ethan, never again. After the paper is finalized, I threw myself into the job search phase. Finally, 2 months later, I received an offer from Port City. After the online signing is completed, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. My roommate told me that I would have 7 days to answer. I have something to tell you. I'm afraid it will affect your defense. And Shinhong-jo over the years, I've tasted the ups and downs of love. But when I was 21 years old, I just knew. There was never love between me and him. It's always been wishful thinking on my part. All kinds of things in the past. It's like a dream. Now waking up from a dream is naturally over. It took me a long time to allow myself to accept this reality. So, I have nothing that is unacceptable. Nothing can break me. The day he found his Weibo trumpet, I could still talk to him calmly. There was no noise and there was no noise. There is no greater mourning than death. That's probably it. All kinds of things about Shinhong-jo. It can't affect me anymore. You say, you and your boyfriend haven't been in touch during this time. I know you're busy with papers and work. But he seems to have someone outside. Predictable. Song Sherwei is back. He was there for him. It's normal. That girl is actually not as good-looking as you. It's just that you're going to be a little wider. I can't even figure out how that dog man could do this. It's okay. The roommate was stunned for a moment. You can bear it. Why do you still like such a scumbag? It's good to wake up. I nodded heavily. Woke up, really woke up. It was my birthday the day before the defense. Ethan came to me for the first time in a long time. I know you've been busy defending lately. I didn't bother you. But today is your birthday. I'm still going to be with you. He took me back to the house where he lived. I smiled and accepted his gift. Thanks, why don't you open it and take a look? You used to. But the first thing to see is what I send. I put the box on the dresser. When you open it, you will be greeted by a designer necklace. But this time it wasn't the moon. It's the stars. He said, actually, I think the stars are more suitable for you. Quietly, your eyes are as beautiful as stars. There is only one moon. There are thousands of stars. And all revolve around the moon. Good gift. I put it in one of my cabinets. It's full of all the gifts he's given me over the years. He's laughing and putting it in your treasure chest. Hey, it looks like everything I gave you is in it. It's nice to keep it quietly. Yes, I've put it all in there. When you put it together, you throw it away. We had a fight at the KTV. I didn't cry this time. Just going back to where I lived with him. Pick up my suitcase. I lost the little box I've always treasured. Got on the plane to Port City without any worries. Jess's first day in Port City. Ethan went home. In the trash can at the door of the house, I saw a small box that was very familiar. He was stunned for a moment. Take a closer look. Those Lope stickers on the chest. It's all in the same position as the Jess sticker. He looked up and saw that the lights on the 6th floor were not turned off. Jess should be upstairs. How old a person is. When I was a child. When you quarrel, you lose things. He was angry. I didn't intend to coax her. He felt that he had been too used to Jess all these years. Even though he's been a little bit better lately. But it's my birthday today. He still embarrassed her. Come to think of it, Ethan simply didn't want to go home. He took out his mobile phone and sent a message to Song Sherwei. As he left, he poured back and took the box with him. Then got into the taxi to find Song Sherwei. This is the person he has been waiting for 7 years. As soon as the white moonlight appeared, all of this was overshadowed. He and Song Sherwei had a very happy time. During the day, they go to work separately. At night, They are tired of being together. From the couch to the bed. Or have a little drink outside. Under the influence of alcohol. They are better at telling the truth. But he was too drunk that day. When I vomit while holding the toilet, he unconsciously shouted a silence. The sound of glass breaking came from the toilet door. His whine woke up 3 points in an instant. He hugged Song Shirwe and coaxed him all night. Song Shirwe is not as coaxed as Jess. She was still angry. Ethan had no choice but to take his bank card. Took her to a luxury store and bought 2 bags. Song Shirwe had a smile on her face. But when she received the gift, it's not like Jess who would be happy like a child. She pursed her lips. It feels like the quality of 4 encounters is better. Forget it, so be it. That day, he suddenly felt that the people around him were a little strange. His face and the clean and gentle girl in his memory. It doesn't overlap. Since the day of the fight, Ethan didn't dare to drink too much. Originally, life could have gone on in peace like this. But that night he had a fever. Song Shirwe wanted to go out and jump on it. If he doesn't go, he gets angry. Ethan had no choice but to accompany him out. When I came back, Ethan felt uncomfortable. He said I didn't. Comfortable, little to eat for dinner. Now I'm drinking again. Stomach upset. You can cook me a bowl of noodles. Serena is retouching. He didn't lift his head. You're going to have a lot of strength just now. It's so easy to cook a noodle. You cook it first. I'll post it again. Ethan took out a thermometer in front of him. Patiently, he begged him to cook himself a bowl of noodles. Song Shirwe was unhappy. Don't you sweep me up, okay? You don't look good at taking pictures. I'm already feeling very unhappy. I'm going to interrupt me if I'm fixing a picture. Is it important for you to post on Moments or me? Ethan lost his temper with him for the first time. Serena dropped her phone at that moment. Shinhongjo, who did you mention your mother with? You figure it out. You begged me to come back. That boyfriend I had abroad took me in and out of high society every day. I've followed you with a big drop in the quality of life. I didn't lose my temper. Why are you losing your temper? Shinhongjo's head was dizzy and painful. He endured the discomfort, gritted his teeth. In the end, I still softened. Okay, then you send it to Moments first. What other circle of friends? You're not in any mood anymore. Ethan suddenly remembered Jess. That time after getting drunk. He kept telling himself not to think about this person. But he had to admit it. Their relationship has been around for too long. There is a shadow of him everywhere in life. But all those times he thought of him passively. But this time, he thought about it on his own. He thought if Jess was there, he didn't even need to say anything. Jess could see that he wasn't feeling well. He's a very attentive person. We'll take good care of him. He remembers one time when he worked overtime for a week in a row. Straight to the sick. Jess cried in distress at the time. Come to think of it, he suddenly remembered what Jess had been repeating. The highest level of liking someone is distress. From that day on, he and Song Shirwe had an estrangement. Neither of them paid attention to the other. One night, he went to the neighborhood where he and Jess lived. Stand downstairs. He suddenly felt comfortable. Don't dare to go up. Don't dare to approach. They were broken up. But he deliberately left the house to him. It should be regarded as compensation for him all these years. He was worthy of him. The lights on the 6th floor are still on. He should still be living in it. Thinking he's still in there. He suddenly felt a lot more relieved. Once upon a time, he drank too much. It doesn't matter what time it is. Jess would leave him a lamp, a steaming bowl of noodles, a decanting drink. Come to think of it, he suddenly felt a little sour in his eyes. My heart tingled too. He clutched his chest. Why is it sad? He should be happy. 7 years of regret. Once perfected. Jess is nothing more than a stand-in. But, why is he upset? Why those dead nights? He couldn't sleep well. Always wake up in the middle of the night. Look at the people around you. He had a sense of satisfaction that he had lost. But there is an indescribable amazement. Before, he didn't think about it. Where does that melancholy come from? Now, he didn't dare to think about why he was upset. But the reason is already coming out. Ethan stumbled abruptly, ran out of the community, got into a taxi. He wants to return to Songshuyue's side as soon as possible. Wait until he opens the door. Songshuyue sat on the sofa with a calm face. There is also a box next to it. He asked Jess why he didn't throw things away. He walked over. I paid for it. It's a pity to lose it. You are deliberately taking it to disgust me. Or do you have lingering affection for him? There is the word lingering. Like a thunderbolt exploding in his mind. He has never dared to pierce the truth. It was so unexpectedly presented in front of me. He hung his head. Sewol, let's live a good life. Don't ask again. Songshuyue looked at him like this. I was more sure of my conjectures. In a fit of rage, he slammed the box to the ground. The small box was broken in half. The contents shattered to the ground. Ethan's heart ached suddenly. He crouched down to pick it up. Songshuyue was stunned. He watched as he took the jewelry little by little. Pick up the postcard. Put it in your arms. He panicked. He yelled at Ethan. You are not allowed to pick it up. Ethan didn't respond to him. He has always followed him. This time, Jess didn't listen to him for the sake of him. Songshuyue's eyes were red. He snatched a necklace from his hand. Teared off with force. You are not allowed to pick it up. Here, no. You're broken. This relationship of yours. It's broken. You are not allowed to think about him. Nor can I pick up his things. Ethan was unusually calm. He wasn't angry. I just looked at him quietly for a long time. Songshuyue was scared by him. The first time I took it soft. Well, the boat. We're not going to make a fuss. I'm sleepy, let's sleep. He got up and walked to his room. Ethan's voice came from behind him. It's very light, very light. But he was hit hard. Sewol, let's break up. The person I liked turned out to be Jess. I worked as a cow and horse in Port City for 2 months. Lying in bed and talking on the phone with girlfriends. The wages in the Port City are really high. I've paid this month. You come and play with me. I have covered all the food, housing, and transportation. The cheerful voice of the girlfriend came from the other end of the phone. Sisters, I want to go together. I just got off the plane. You give me a position. I'll be right away. I bounced out of bed all at once. You're so fast. I'll book a restaurant right away. After going out from a small house of 30 square meters, I walked to the restaurant humming a little song. It didn't take long for the next one to arrive. As soon as he saw me, he couldn't stop boasting. What kind of Port City feng shui raises people? I'm getting redder and stuff like that. I smiled. I think it's about wealth and wealth. You quit your job in Haicheng. Come with me in Port City. Shall I go? That's it. My mom and dad were there. He took a sip of red wine. Something suddenly came to mind. But there's someone in our company who wants to jump to you. Call the road trip. It's a familiar name. I immediately pulled out my phone, opened my high school graduation photo. Pointing to the tall boy in the back row, he asked, Is that him? The girlfriend took a look. Eyes widened instantly. It's him, the most handsome man in our company. Damn, you can do it. High school and handsome guys are not tempted by a class. I saw Lu Zhixing like this. How can you still mess with Ethan? Ethan is a playmaker, yes. But if Lu Zhixing is also in our university, it must be a school grass level. I touched the tip of my nose. It looks really handsome now. At first, it was only Ethan. None of the other men looked at him. You two know each other. Nonsense, this my colleague I cannot recognize. I still have his WeChat. I blinked. Good girlfriend pushed it to me. I came to pick me up on the day I arrived at Port City. Handover procedures for the company. I also volunteered to help with it. I also took the initiative to mention high school to him. Trying to close the distance. This man is a cold type. Ignored me several times. Until I said after I talked about my high school classmates. He looked at me intently. It's you and me. What an inexplicable sentence. I couldn't help but ask what was wrong with me. An iceberg face finally floated into a faint smile. You used to be quiet. Always alone. Now, I almost didn't recognize the enthusiasm. I laughed dryly. When cattle and horses are not enthusiastic, it is not good. But I'm quite changeable. There are other meetings you haven't met. Want to see it? That's right. I'm single, and his eyes are getting darker. What a view. I'll tell you about 2 drinks at the small bar in the evening. And he came as promised. 3 rounds of drinking. I feel like my face is a little hot. Talking is not enough for the brain. Before you. I was so cold to me, I thought you wouldn't be here tonight. Why are you willing to come again all of a sudden? He looked at the cup in his hand. The knuckles are reflected in the amber liquor. Because you're single. I'm also single. Play truth or dare. I lost, he asked me. Which boy did you remember the most in high school, you? He chuckled and lied. Doesn't seem to be drunk yet. I'm serious. It's really you. He looked at me quietly. The light cast a shadow on his brow, but it couldn't hide the dancing fire in his eyes. I suddenly remembered the night of my junior year of high school, when the rain was pouring. That's how he looked through the clouds. As he said, I was a loner in high school, so when you don't have an umbrella, be prepared for the rain. But he's such a cold person. But he handed me an umbrella. The white shirt gets wet in the rain. Outlined the traces of fitness. If not Ethan. I think I'll like losing. Guess the dice, I keep losing. He asked me a lot. I can't even remember what I said until the end. I only vaguely remember me pulling at his tie. Going to the hotel with him. You're drunk. Wait until you're sober. The road trip is not a man to be a gentleman. I whispered a chuckle in his ear. That's the other side of me. His voice was hoarse. I walked staggeringly. He carried me into the room. I reached out and put my arm around his neck. Do you want to see the other side of me? He leaned over suddenly. The scent of pine mixed with alcohol overflowed. His eyes became obscure. Think, finish. He suddenly took off my pearl earrings. The moment the metal bracket cuts across the earlobe, my body trembled slightly. He suddenly switched from defense to offense. I couldn't help but stumble backwards. Spilled water when retreating. Water splashed on his trouser legs. He chuckled. The smile was like moonlight. Over the glacier. Shocked, I hurriedly wiped the water stains on the hem of his suit. He crouched down. The voice was deep but bewildering. You don't need to wipe it, you have to take it off. His fingertips ran over my butterfly bones in the back of my back. A crispy tingling sensation swept through the body. I bit him on the shoulder through my shirt, but I heard him laugh at the cat. Wolves. I tugged at his tie and leaned back. Then he kissed it. I didn't dare to move after the kiss. He laughed at you. Are you scared? No, he pushed me down with a bang. Rip off your tie. I'm sideways. I saw the floor-to-ceiling window reflect his arm at the side of my ear. Muscles, the road trip. I was suddenly scared. But he grabbed his wrist and pressed it on the pillow. Don't be afraid, his breath burns my collarbone. Actually, there's something you don't know. I liked you then. Back then, you said that you wanted to take the entrance examination to Sichuan University. I tore up the Qingbei escort book and wanted to go with you. Later, I found out that you have a childhood sweetheart's brother. You're going to get him to the university he's going to do. I just gave up. So many years. I didn't think about it myself. At that time, there was still the possibility of rekindling the relationship. Something I didn't pay attention to. In an instant, it came to mind. No wonder he's a cold man. Would be willing to reign for me. I didn't eat breakfast at the time. He will give me an extra loaf of bread. My pen is missing. He would always give me an extra pen. Even in gym class, he was able to give me an extra bottle of water. Come on now. None of the piles are accidental. I suddenly felt like crying. After 1,000 sails have passed, I finally saw the bright sky. Wetness suddenly fell on my eyelashes. He bowed his head and kissed away the tears that I had come out of nowhere. Don't cry, I'll make you happy. When I woke up the next day, there were several strange calls on the phone. It was intermittently fought from 2 o'clock in the middle of the night to daytime. Who called me so much? I didn't offend anyone in Hong Kong City. Today is my time off. Neither does work. As for giving me so many calls, Lu Zixing kissed me on the forehead, came to me with breakfast, glanced at the number. The place of ownership is Haicheng. Is it your friend? Haicheng? I woke up in an instant. Only then did I take a closer look at the number. Dead memories are awakened again. A bolt from the blue. Isn't this Ethan? He contacted me to do something. Where did I get my new card number? I just blocked it. It's okay. Maybe it's from Myanmar. Don't dare to pick it up. I'm afraid of being plucked out of my heart and lungs. Lu Zixing and I are tired of being together all day long. Feelings heated up dramatically. The rainy season in the port city is urgent and fierce. The rain curtain blurs the convenience store signboard into a blurred ball of light. Friday. I got off work. Walked out of the company while sending a voice. Hey, your good treasure is off work. Did you miss me? I think so. A cold, familiar voice came from behind me. It scared me. I turned around. I was caught off guard and choked on the smell of tobacco. Ethan appeared behind me at some point, holding an umbrella. Fingertip scarlet. The name is like an old injury and it recurs. Your new number is hard to find. It's good to inquire about where you work. After Ethan and Song Sherwei broke up, he couldn't wait to run to the house where they lived. The lights on the 6th floor are still on. It was like Jess was waiting for him to come home. He couldn't wait to go up with the box. When knocking on the door, but I couldn't pull my face anymore. I held it for a long time. He said at the door, "Is it so hard to bow down to me? Don't make a fuss, open the door. I'm here to take you home. Let's go back to their childhood home together." He was going to take her back to see her family. As a girlfriend. Even if he wants to. It can also be as a wife. The door never opened. Ethan thinks it's because of his bad attitude. He stood for a moment. I simulated it 10,000 times. How to apologize. How to make up for it. He actually had a lot of things to say to him. For example, he has to apologize to himself first. Love without knowing it will break his heart. For example, he actually loves him very much. His lamp is still on for him. Then he has a better attitude now. He should have forgiven him soon, too. He said a lot of words from the bottom of his heart at the door. The door still didn't open. The door of the house on the other side was open. "Young man, your house is uninhabited. Stop shouting, it's noisy at night." Ethan was stunned. He was stunned for a long time. Only then did he tremble and touch his key. Once upon a time when Jess was there. We'll ask him not to open the door by himself. He said he wanted Ethan to know the feeling of having someone waiting at home. So as long as he comes back, Jess would open the door for him. But now he opened the door, turned the house inside and out. There is no silent figure. Even the table was full of ash. Apparently no one has lived in it for a long time. A man who has always been calm and self-controlled. At this moment, I was completely panicked. He desperately inquired about Jess. All about him. He had not been scared on the way here. At this moment, look at him so decisively, only to realize that he had really left himself. Only to realize that he had lost the love of his life. I was scared for the first time. And the taste of regret. He didn't close his eyes all night. Jess's phone didn't get through. He went to the college counselor's office for a long time. Finally found out where Jess was. He immediately bought a plane ticket. Appeared in front of Jess. When he crushed the cigarette butt, I noticed. He wears our couple ring on his left ring finger. He was once complained about the naive silver pigment circle. At the moment, there was a cold light in the rainy night. My ring was already lost in the box. I didn't care. Turn around and leave. But he grabbed the wrist bone. the hot palm pressed against where my pulse was beating. Don't you have a word with me? At least let me know how you're doing. I said calmly. I've broken up. There's no need to say that. Let's talk about it. He rolled up his sleeves. Lu Zhizhen was revealed. I'm sick. It's not good to stand in the rain all the time. Let's go to the cafe and talk about it. You're sick and go to the doctor. Find me what to do. Ethan's Adam's apple rolled to speak. Suddenly, he hunched over and coughed violently. The most respectable person ever. At the moment, the suit is wrinkled like an overnight vegetable leaf. The neckline also has residues of medical tape attached. Even the chin has a cyan stubble. The whole person was haggard and embarrassed. He reached out to touch the shredded hair on my sideburns. You used to be most afraid of me getting sick. When I'm sick, you'll feel sorry for me. Don't you feel sorry for me now? I turned my head. If we hadn't looked at him, we would have been okay for a long time. It's what you call a breakup. Can you not come and slap your face? Saying that, I'm going to hold an umbrella and leave. He grabbed my hand. But he was suddenly stunned, eyes fixed on the ring on my ring finger. Where did the ring come from? Meanwhile, there was a whistle on the side of the road. The Maybach of the road trip slid silently to the side of the road. The windows are lowered, revealing his cold eyebrows. He opened the car door. The hand of the paper umbrella walked towards me. The same moonstone as me. The ring was embedded in the base of her ring finger. I saw Ethan. I also saw Lu Zhizhen. Suddenly he spoke. The sound was wrapped in the damp mist of the port city. Mr. Shin, Lu Zhizhen has returned to blood. Ethan realized that his hand was clenched too tightly. Dark red lines of blood snaked in the transparent hose. The moment he let go like an electric shock. I caught a glimpse of a corner of his suit underneath. The word stomach bleeding is faintly visible in the diagnosis. Do you want to call an ambulance? Mr. Shin doesn't look good. I'm afraid something will happen to you. Lu Zhizhen took out his mobile phone. I held his hand and shook my head. Leave him alone. Let's go. When you turn around. Ethan's voice, mixed with coughing, came after him. Do you remember the day we first got together? You're happy. I'm also very happy. Shinhong Zhou, stop acting. I saw your Weibo account. The decision to break up was made from that day. Ethan staggered back half a step. The umbrella bone hits a lamppost. Make a crunch sound. The look in his eyes became desperate. I think he must have remembered the past. What I said to him. That is, Song Sherwef followed him to my house. The day we had a big fight. When he sued for peace. I made it clear. If you hurt me for Song Sherwei in the future, then I won't look back. At this moment, he and I both understood. There's really no going back. From my knowledge, he disappeared inexplicably because of Song Sherwei. He was impatient with me. Perfunctory and bad for me. Is also because of Song Sherwei. He has been on Weibo for 7 years. The person who recorded it was Song Sherwei. Our relationship broke down completely. Deep in the rain. The long whistle of the ferry was heard. The road trip is about to drive. He suddenly rushed to the passenger window. Red-eyed pressed the window to prevent me from leaving. A man of 1.8 meters. Suddenly crying on the street was silent. I'm not reconciled. We've been in a relationship for more than 10 years. Quietly, I knew I was wrong. I beg you, you give me a chance. For the last time. His voice was hoarse. Bloody eyes were red. Some passers-by around were moved. They all stayed and talked about it. I wasn't moved. The knife cuts on oneself to know that it hurts, without the suffering of others. Don't persuade others to be kind. I snapped his fingers a little bit. The voice is cold and hard. There is no chance that I will reconcile with you. Please you later. Don't disturb my life and that of my boyfriend. Meanwhile, step on the gas pedal on the road. The car drove straight out. In the rearview mirror, Ethan was seen running wildly in the rain. At the second traffic light intersection, he finally ran out of energy. Got on his knees. The head hangs very low. Lu Jiwen looked very pitiful. Do you want to pour and go back to pick him up? Never look back. Drive forward and don't look back. The corners of the lips of the trip. A smile of satisfaction floated invisibly. Okay now. Look back and forward. Life is like a long night. If you blindly turn back, how can you go to the bright place ahead? We all have to believe. Survived the darkest of times. Will usher in your own light. The full text is over.